Welcome back to the O Show, and today we're going to talk about the proof we have that the stock market is an upmost scam. And yes, there was a massive GME rally. We're going to talk about that. Could that potentially flow into crypto? I am back. I am half awake. I am half here, but we're streaming. We're here. We're going to talk about Solana and Cardano and all these different types of crypto projects. We're going to talk about the celebrity meme tokens. I was just on a pretty interesting space. And it was just fantastic. But yeah, I'm like half asleep right now. We're live on both TikTok and on YouTube because that's what we do. And, I'm just tired. It was a long trek for me, a trekky trek. And I get nervous about flying too. Now I just do. It's just something that happens, but it is what it is. And this is one of my new shirts from the thrift store. I absolutely love it. It's a little bit crunchy, but hey. But I've got so much to do around the house today. I'm happy to be with you guys. Happy to talk about the insanity that's happening. Consensus was absolutely epic. As I always say, try to go to as many crypto conferences as you can. If you can't afford to go in, there's side events that you can go to, network, talk to people. Hell, even throw your own event. That's what I used to do. That's how I started doing all this. Like, I don't think people understand exactly what I did to get where I am on the internet today. And no, I didn't sleep with anybody. And no, I wasn't out here showing those either, because we don't need to do that. There's no reason to do that. Just be yourself. And that's the cool thing about crypto, is that you can be who you are and you can find your tribe. And that's exactly what I did. And you can do it too. Anybody can. Crypto is for everybody, regardless of what they say. So we're going to get started. We're going to start talking about the GME drama. But before I do that, it is always just so... And my nail got a chip. This nail got a chip. It's always just so phenomenal to me. And I'm not going to talk too much about traditional Web 2 news, but it is just so insane to me that there's so many people that are able to get away with things because of who they are and because of who they know. And I know a lot of a lot of you can read in between the lines with me about my past and where I come from and different type of stuff. But it is just so incredibly wild that so many people are just not, they don't have hearts. They don't have hearts. They are just so incredibly judgmental. And maybe that's just because the type of life that I had. And that's probably what makes me a little bit unique, or makes my perspective a little bit unique. And again, you guys, at the end of the day, like, I know I talk a lot about myself, but it's my channel. I'm supposed to. But I'm nobody. The only thing I am in this world that is of any type of importance is I'm somebody's mother. I am somebody's mother. And that's really it. That's like my claim to fame, is being the mother of an amazing 7-year-old little girl. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just a mom. And Miss Nita always tells me, B, you ain't ish. And she tells that to everybody. Everybody, doesn't matter who it is. And I always think about that too. I always think about that because a lot of people let things go over their head and they get very, they think that there's something they're not, and they forget where they come from. But I'm reminding you, no matter how successful you get, or how good you're feeling about yourself, you ain't ish. And that just simply means to bring that back down and to search inside yourself. And just remember, we're all just human beings. It doesn't matter the wealth or the background or any of that stuff. And that's it. But anyways, we're going to get right into it. I want to take a look at my YouTubies over here. Good morning to all of the beautiful TikTokies over there. And then also, good morning to all of my amazing people on YouTube. Shout out to Bootyhead, to Alexandra, to Mr. R. Mr. D, you're on a different account. You are on a different account. You're so funny. I don't think you know how to use the internet. Shout out to Mr. KS and everybody. Let's get into it. But yeah, you guys need to smash the like and push this out. YouTube's algorithm, they keep changing it. I don't like it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and talk about Mr. Roaring Kitty. Meow. Somebody better send me some, what the hell those gifts are. Anyways. All right. And I got a lot to cover today. So Roaring Kitty GameStop gains soar over to 300 million, billionaire status near. So apparently GME pumped 19% in 20 minutes during overnight trading last night after Roaring Kitty posted to Reddit. GME was also up over 80% in pre-market trading today. And Mr. Kitty is back again after going quiet for 2 weeks. Before I read any further here, okay? Y'all need to stop idolizing a lot of people, okay? You need to stop expecting people to save you, to come in and to pump your bags. as somebody who is in crypto, and I get stocks are different than crypto, as somebody who's different than crypto, or in crypto, we need to always verify. We need to do our due diligence. We need to not rely on anyone. And that's part of operating in a true decentralized economy. It's okay to call your neighbor and be like, hey, like I need some help with something. But at the end of the day, Roaring Kitty is going to do what Roaring Kitty does. And most people, and I'm not saying this about him, just in general, people have a self-interest for themselves. Everybody does. So do not rely on somebody else to make you wealthy, to pump your bags. You have to practice risk management. You have to be smart. You have to be analytical, and you have to think. Now, with that being said, let's get back into the story because it's a really great story. In his post, he revealed that he's holding 181 million worth of GME stock and call options and bought 5 million GME shares for 115 million. He also put 65.7 into call options, betting that GME would be at least $20 a share on June 20th, which he will probably pump it. So he makes that money. After the recent pump, his holdings were worth between 200 million and 300 million. And he also posted a green Uno reverse card to X, and GameStop and Keith Gill related meme coins have been pumping. These are the images over here. This is from Mr. Unusual Whales. Shout out to Unusual Whales. He says, I've been reporting on GameStop, GME, whale buying $20 calls expiring in June over the last 7 days. It is Roaring Kitty. He was a whale on Super Stonk. So interesting information that's coming out over here. And then this was his tweet, the reverse Uno card. The reverse Uno card, which I love. Who doesn't love reverse Uno? Who doesn't love playing Uno? I'm going to start giving these to my daughter so she can hand them out and school. Be like, what? Also, too, I'm going to do a little video for you guys on dog because I want to. I am holding dog. And the reason why I got dog is because I got the airdrop. Shout out to Crypto Gamer. If you guys are fading Crypto Gamer in his calls, you're not going to make it. This man puts out so much information, especially in the chat. So if you're not paying attention to what he's saying in the chat, but he posts a lot of really good calls, a lot. And it's simply just for you to read these and continue to do your due diligence. But my dog, like I have to actually check that because it is up significantly, which I'll do that after the show. Again, just got back, but that's what's happening with GME. And I believe they halted trading last night as well. Go figure, right? But yeah, GME short sellers set to lose 993 million since Friday's close at 39.89 pre-market. And then this story over here. This is from Lil Moon Lambo, but this is about Berkshire Hathaway. Okay. And even though I believe this is, I don't know if this is the daily chart that we're looking at over here. I don't have that information, but NYSE says bizarre glitch that showed Berkshire Hathaway down 99.97% has been resolved. So apparently this was a glitch and they halted trading. My issue with this is the halting of the trading. And I said this on TikTok and a lot of people just didn't understand the context here. My problem is that, and this is why you want to see BlackRock tokenize stocks and different traditional financial products, is because once something is tokenized on a blockchain, it lives there forever. So you don't get these types of problems. But at the same time, it minimizes market making, or excuse me, not market making, half asleep, dehydrated, but it minimizes when you have something on the blockchain that's there forever, they're not going to be able to manipulate it. They can. I mean, they can still buy and sell, but they don't get to turn it off and turn it on unless it's Solana. Just kidding. But they don't get to turn it off and turn it on. Once it's there forever. And that is what it is. And this is why you're going to see a lot of these big firms pumping money into this stuff. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, they said it was a bizarre glitch, but this kind of crap happens all the time. And should they be allowed? Should they be allowed to do that? And that's market manipulation. I wonder how many people got wrecked. Who knows? We don't know. Next, you guys, we got to do a quick little shout out to our partners over on the O Show today from iTrustCapital. I actually saw them in Consensus and they mentioned they went to my roast and it was super awesome. Absolutely loved it. My roast was incredibly inappropriate, but it was all true. And yes, D was very much a part of it. Are you excited about the crypto bull run, but buying your crypto on a centralized exchange? Well, I hope you're reporting all of your crypto gains to the IRS because they want your taxes. That's right. When you buy and sell crypto on a centralized exchange, you need to pay the government taxes when you make profits. Sounds pretty taxing, right? Well, there's another way you can buy and sell crypto without worrying about taxes. But please go ahead and verify with your local tax professional first. At iTrustCapital, my partners, you can buy and sell crypto inside of a tax-advantaged crypto IRA. Crypto IRAs are retirement accounts that work similarly to an exchange, but with tax benefits. Let me give you a quick example. If you buy and sell crypto on a regular centralized exchange and make $20,000 in profit, you have to pay the government taxes. However, if you buy and sell in your Roth IRA and make $20,000 in profit, you don't need to pay any taxes. Yes, you heard me right. You get to keep all of your profits and not give the government any of your money. Opening a tax advantage IRA at iTrustCapital only takes a few minutes. You have 24/7 access to the markets with some of the lowest fees in the industry. And the crypto bull run is just getting started. And of course, people are starting to see their accounts go up. So take advantage of the tax benefits of an IRA at iTrustCapital and start maximizing your crypto investments today.
And we're back just like that.
Shout out to iTrustCapital. Again, you guys, tax season is pretty much over. I know that I had to file an extension, but they're really great to look into for, minimizing the stuff you got to do with your taxes. Anyways, let's get into this. This is from Mr. Udi. This is regarding Solana. So this was a story that broke last week, but we're going to cover it again today. And the reason why we are covering it today is because of the confidential transfers. I'll explain. So PayPal launched its Pi USD stablecoin on Solana. But it seems to have a privacy feature they call confidential transfers that hides the transaction amounts of transactions. It sounds a lot like confidential transactions, a feature Bitcoin devs have been LARPing about for almost a decade, but never built. And you're telling me that PayPal users will have it first? So he's trolling the Bitcoin maxis. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that really quickly. The Bitcoin maxis, absolutely horrible people. Majority of them are like, there was a post of me on the internet. And it was, the lighting wasn't good. And it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're Cindy Crawford. I don't care if you're the most beautiful person in the world. If the lighting is not good, you don't look good. It is what it is. And it's just one of my side profiles. I don't have the best side profile, but that's okay. But the things that they're saying to me is absolutely disgusting. Like, I grew up in a time where men don't speak that way to women. And obviously women need to have respect too. It goes both ways. But it's like the fact that the way you guys talk to people like that on the internet is absolutely disgusting. Like, Bitcoin never used to be that way. Bitcoin used to be a place where people could there was no maxis before. Bitcoin was like open for everyone, and they were so focused on educating other people. So to the Bitcoin maxis that have something to say about me, go to the hood, go to your local community, and put your money where your mouth is and start handing out Bitcoin to people. Start educating them about it, because what you're doing when you're out the side of your neck on the internet, it's embarrassing, and it makes the entire industry look bad. It really, really, really does. But until you're out there boots on the ground actually doing something to educate somebody else, just shut up, because the grift is embarrassing. It literally is embarrassing, and I'm embarrassed for you. But I digress. I heard Prince talk the other day. R.I.P. Love that man. But I heard Prince talk. And he says, I don't talk to mean people. So I'm just going to continue to block it, because I don't have patience for it. I'm doing so many amazing things in my life, and I'm becoming such a better, more happier person. Don't have time for it. You got something bad to say about me? And unless you want to sit down with me and have respectful discourse, I'm down. But listen, you're not going to bully me. You're not going to body me. And if you don't like the way I look, don't care. Because some of y'all... But anyways, let's talk about the privacy aspect of it. So this was pretty big news that PayPal is adopting Solana. I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. And I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time talking right now. I'm very, very tired, but I think it's good. And this does further legitimize Solana, because I have to remember, I believe it was Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin that were listed on PayPal. And again, PayPal is absolutely massive. I think they've got like hundreds of millions of users there, which is fantastic. So Solana is getting that great exposure. Would I use this feature? No, at all. Don't need to. And the other part about it is that this makes it a little bit more regulatory compliant. And this also makes me believe that we will get that Solana ETF in the future. It might not be next cycle. It might be another 5 years. We don't really know. I just do know that it is in fact coming. Just we don't know when it is going to come. Okay. The lack of accountability from people is just absolutely outstanding, and it will always continue to be that way. But let's keep going. Crypto Bridge Layer 0 connects to Solana blockchain. So crypto holders on Solana will be able to move their assets to Arbitrum, Ethereum, Polygon, and the 70 other chains it links to. And again, when we're talking about multi-chain is 100% the future. And that's why I absolutely love Silent Swap. I think it's going to do incredibly well because it is a privacy DEX, a multi-chain, etc. And the fact that Solana is doing a lot of these things, that makes me very hopeful for the future because they're actively building and they're looking to make things a lot easier for people, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. And again, this cycle is so much more different than the last because we actually have so many different chains and we have all these different communities and all these different niches, which is it's incredible, but at the same time, it's very hard to keep track of. Okay. And then as far as Solana, they already have 3 major bridging protocols, including Wormhole, which connects to its Ethereum ecosystem. And on top of that, Layer 0 users moved 6.7 billion worth of crypto in Q1 of 2024, generating 11.5 million in revenue. And now let's go ahead and get into Hedera. So this just came out from Hedera today, literally an hour ago, less than 2 hours ago. Together, Hyundai, South Korea's largest car manufacturer, and Kia have launched their supply chain with the power of Hedera network and AI. So they're utilizing HBAR, which again, karate combat, which I absolutely love karate combat, Hedera project. And they're utilizing AI for supply chain in crypto. And they're using these large car manufacturers, Kia and Hyundai. Kia is a very affordable car. And Hyundai, I actually rented a car when I was in Hawaii years and years ago. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. So this is pretty important. So it says through their supplier CO2 emission monitoring system, both companies are computing carbon emissions at every stage of the supply chain, and it enables them to secure data across its suppliers' business operations, including procurement of raw materials, manufacturing, etc. So basically all this is doing, they're not only tracking carbon emissions, but they're coming up with ways to be more eco-friendly. And again, I'm not a big climate activist person. I do think that a lot of the human footprint that we're making on this planet does impact to an extent, and tools like this are going to be incredibly important. And to me, I have a hard time battling with AI. I think AI is going to improve the life of a lot of people, but I also feel like it's going to destroy the livelihood of a lot of people as well. So I feel like a good combination of, or a good way that we can compromise with AI is actually making it to where we are using it to improve the quality of life, but not removing jobs. And then with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our next story. Well, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. Is, in fact, the GME madness, is that going to segue over into crypto? So right now with crypto, this is going to be our daily, our little daily thing over here. Floki's up 10.9%. Bread is down, and that was one of the ones that pumped. Jasmine, which is a TikTok favorite, is down 11.7%. Kaz is up 11.7%. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. Let's go ahead and see what's happening with Bitcoin over here, because it's important. Okay. So the Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and see. So this is our Bitcoin chart over here. And again, you guys, we are partnered with ZoomX. If you would like to use the exchange, they offer a centralized and decentralized option. With that being said, read the terms of services and not your keys, not your coins. And I always recommend utilizing decentralized exchanges as opposed to centralized exchanges because you get to completely control your crypto. Now, when we do take a look at Bitcoin over here, we were able to get that close above $67,000. And that's what I wanted to see yesterday. So yesterday we got our opening here at 68.5. We closed at 67. We got that swing wick low a little bit down below 67, or down below about 67,000, but we're able to close above, and the market is actually looking pretty strong right now. One thing I will say is we're starting to get some curving on the upper part of the Bollinger Band, so that could indicate a local top. However, we do need to see where the market goes. If we do drop down to 61,420, I think that will be fine too. I'm not too terribly worried about it, but the market is just kind of in between itself. I do want to take a look at HBAR and see, did we get any nice price action? What's going on? Anything with the news? Yeah, nothing great, you guys. That news came out and nothing. Really, really nothing. We did get that little bit of a breakout, so hopefully we sustain. But honestly, HBAR's, the way that the chart looks, nothing too terribly sexy right now. We're in a downtrend. We're popping upwards. We got great support at about 9 cents, but we'll really kind of have to see what happens with that. And then our next story over here is with Pudgy Penguins. So Pudgy Penguins teams up with Mythical Games to launch a Web3 mobile game on Polkadot. The game is going to be released in 2025 and would further boost Pudgy Penguins' popularity within the community. One thing I will say about Pudgy Penguins is they have done an absolutely amazing job, an outstanding job with real world assets, the little dolls they had in Walmart. And I remember people are getting so mad at them about it, but Pudgy Penguins is probably one of the best NFT projects, and I'm so pissed that I faded. So pissed that I faded. But again, I think this is absolutely amazing. This game is going to launch in 2025, and holders are going to receive exclusive content, influence, game development. Not exactly sure what that looks like yet, but again, this is fantastic. Also, I want to just give you a little bit of lore here. And make sure you guys smash like and share this. We have over 200 people watching right now. Let's go ahead. Let's keep it going. Get it up, get it up, get it up. And on shout out to my TikTok babes. We got about 40 of you in here. TikTok, what I'm noticing on the desktop. Oh, did I get any Whataburger in Austin? No, I didn't. I barely got to go out and eat. I'm actually super hungry right now too, because I was working so much. I do say bad words all the time. I'm naughty. Where's D at? He's got to put me in my place. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not just kidding. No. Anyways, I lost my train of thought again. Oh, I just want to give you guys a little bit of lore here. Binance to delist Waves, OMG, and Zem on June 17. So my things just fell off or shut off. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to say, Waves and OMG, those were massive projects in 2017, like huge projects in 2017. Those two projects pumped like crazy. And where are they now? These were like in the top 100. I want to say even the top 10, maybe top 50, top projects. And this is why I tell you, do not marry your bags. Do not marry your bags. Don't marry your bags. Because when you marry your bags and you're holding on and you're assuming things are going to continue to happen and bullish trajectory happens, this happens. Are these project scams? I don't know. I don't have enough information. But at the end of the day, entrepreneurs fail. And again, this is why I tell you, make moonbags. Moonbag is when you have a trading investing plan, you use disposable income, you remove initial investments, some profit, and enough for taxes. So I just wanted to give y'all some lore there. That's pretty wild. Now, going to talk a little bit about Miss Caitlyn Jenner and the whole debacle. Okay. So Caitlyn Jenner has officially filed charges against Sahil. Sahil was one of the gentlemen that reached out to her to essentially create a coin. Okay. To create a coin. It didn't go the way that she planned it to go. She didn't know really what was going on, and I don't blame her. Should she take accountability? Yes. And that's exactly what she's been doing. Both her and Iggy have been taking accountability, and they've been doing the best that they can. Okay. So the fact that he is actually pressing charges against him, and over here, criminal fraud proceedings have commenced against scammers Hill, first locally, and now the feds involved in cooperating within his jurisdiction. I believe that gentleman is he's not a gentleman, he's an a-hole. I believe he's in Dubai, so we don't know what's going to happen. But the fact that the celebrities are actually going after this guy for lying, that's a good thing. And I want to talk to you a little bit about this. This is from Ansem, and he said, Iggy closed her OF and sent all of her subscribers to the mother meme coin Telegram. Let's talk about what this means. So we all know that Iggy Azalea launched a coin on Solana called Mother. Jenner initially launched on Solana, and now it's on Ethereum, and Raider's been doing incredibly well with that. Now, with that being said, a lot of people were like, okay, Iggy, you're going to scam, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. I really think Iggy is going to be one of the first celebrities that is going to do this the right way. I really, really think she is. The fact that she closed her OnlyFans down and sent everybody to the Telegram, which is kind of wild to me, because that is monthly income for her. Like that's part of her job. That's what she does. And again, me personally, something like that is not for me, just not. But for other people, to each their own. Just as long as there's consent is involved, you're of age, you're consenting adult, I'm cool. Like, you do whatever you want to do. And what a lot of people don't understand, I'm also going to give you guys some lore. Bitcoin was actually used by SWs. That's really part of the lore, because their PayPals were getting shut down, their bank accounts were getting shut down, and that was their livelihood in that industry. So they were able to make to still receive payments with crypto and Bitcoin, primarily Bitcoin. but it's part of it. So anytime anybody's like, oh, you're a S worker and they have bad stuff to say about it, and it's crypto bro saying it, that's literally one of the main use cases of Bitcoin. But yeah, the fact that she shut her OF down and sent all of the subscribers to her Telegram for Mother is amazing. Mad respect. Because you have to think of it this way. And again, I don't know all of the details, but you're losing revenue from that. So you're you're shutting one business down that's successful, sending all those people to another business, which you don't know if it's going to be successful or not. So you know what? Mad respect for that. I hope it does well. And I hope that she is the one to actually break the mold and do great things in the space. And this is absolutely what I love. And another thing I'm going to tell y'all with the celebrity tokens, invest how you want, do what you want to do with it. But understand a lot of these people that are launching this stuff, they're inexperienced. They don't necessarily know how the market works. And on top of it, you should expect them to go to zero. You should expect every single thing in crypto to always go to zero. And that's why you practice risk management. But at the same time, there's going to be outliers. And as of right now, this does look like it could be an outlier. I don't know what the future holds. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not vouching it. I don't vouch or endorse anything, regardless if I'm paid or not. But at the end of the day, it's important to give an honest opinion. And as of today, it looks pretty good. So shout out to them. Now our next story over here. U.S. President vetoes resolution overturning SEC guidance. We talked about this. He vetoed SAB 121. We talked about it. I did a video for you guys about it. Like it is what it is. It's just upsetting. It is extremely upsetting. Part of the problem with that too is it's like they're doing a lot of things that is really going to throw the election for them and not do well. And the reason why it's problematic to me is we should have some type of we should come to agreement with anything. But again, this is why I'm supporting John Dean, because a lot of this anti-crypto rhetoric is from Miss Warren. All right. Also, I didn't pull it. There's another story. I don't have the article for you, so let me just read it to you because I was a hot mess this morning. Patrick Mahenry announces digital assets financial technology inclusion subcommittee hearing. So it's called the Next Generation Infrastructure, How to Tokenize Real World Assets, and will facilitate efficient markets. And they discuss two key points: to require the CFTC and the SEC to conduct a study to assess whether additional guidance or rules are necessary to facilitate the development of tokenized securities and derivative products, and other purposes. The Tokenization Report Act of 2024. When I met with Hester Peirce and I met with the CFTC Commissioner Summer, there was something in common with both of them. They kept talking about disclosure. Disclosures are incredibly important, super, super important. Like, I think that they're valid. We need to have them. And so when we're talking about disclosures, that's a part of education. And I was, one of the things I said to Hester is whether it's DeFi or not, and she agreed with this, said, well, not, I don't want to say agreed. She was receptive of what I was saying. And she was also very bullish. She doesn't like the accredited investor stuff in most cases. But one of the things that she was very receptive about and seemed to really possibly agree with me on was education. Where do we get that education? How do we educate other people? Whose responsibility is it to educate? And part of that is putting up disclosures and making sure people are protected and competent. And one of the things she said was not to compromise our privacy to get things done. And I agree with her on that. So I think in the future, what we're going to be seeing a lot more of these groups being created, a lot more of these committees, a lot more of the public servants that actually do care about that semi-care. Because again, at the end of the day, none of them really care. But we are going to see a lot more being done in a positive manner. That's just my personal opinion. And the disclosure part is important. Like having, on Coinbase, when you go on there, having a thing there that is hey, do you understand X, Y, and Z? And the same with DEXs. DEXs could put some sort of wall there to make sure you acknowledge and you understand what the risks associated are. So I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Make sure you guys smash a like. I appreciate all of you amazing people. Amazing people. Wendy, you need to add dog to your crypto bubbles. I need to, gamer. Can you show me how to do it? I need to do it. Oh, we can add it? I can add it? Dog. Hey. Oh, that's dog. Oh, that's not doing it. Confirm the day. Why is it doing that? Why did it do that? Really? Oh, this is all fun for me. Let's get out of that. Confirm. Wow, Bitcoin is down 1.8%. All right. I digress. Okay, let's get into this one. Binance founder CZ begins 4-month prison sentence as the country's richest inmate. Free CZ, free him. I'm going to put money on his books. Have any of you guys ever had to go down to the court, to a prison, to put money on somebody's books, or to county? Back in the day, you used to have to do that. I don't think you can mail stuff in. Or you can mail him a package, but I'll go put money on his books. I'll drive my sweet little behind there and go put some money on his books over there. Okay? All right. I will thank you so much, Callie. I will definitely do that. And thank you guys so much for everything. We got quite a few people over in Tiki Taki today. And we got almost 300 people, I think, on YouTube. I can't read. I'm like, ugh. But anyways, he is not expected to benefit from earned time credit programs and will likely serve the full sentence. Shout out to ZZ, free CZ. I love that we have like all of these like bad boys in crypto now. I am very familiar with that. Very familiar with that. Now, Do Kwon, F him though. Literally F him. Do Kwon and Terraform Labs settle with SEC over Luna Terra USD fraud charges. Let's read about this and see what is going on. And to people that don't understand how big of a deal this was, this is partially why we had the crypto contagion and the exchanges collapsing. And this is also why ever since I've started this channel, we talked about leaving moonbags on exchanges. So Terraform Labs has agreed in principle to settlement with SEC over fraud charges related to the collapse of Luna and UST in May. It caused $40 billion in losses and triggered crypto winter, which the losses, yes. I think we're already like on the end of the bull market anyways. Settlement will likely determine financial penalties and may affect Kwon's future in the industry. He shouldn't be allowed to do anything in the industry anymore. Filings in the matter due June 12th, and Kwon and Terraform Labs were found guilty of civil fraud charges in April this year. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this next story over here. Yeah, this is Mr. Meta Lawman, and he posted this. He says the reported settlement between SEC and Do Kwon is good news. It means that either Ripple case or Coinbase case on possible interlocutory appeal is likely to be the first case to get the Second Circuit Court appeals to address the legal status of crypto assets. All right. Coinbase accuses SEC of purposeful effort to destroy crypto. This is a very interesting statement from Brian Armstrong. In a legal filing Friday, America's leading crypto exchange accused the SEC of trying to snuff out crypto by refusing to make new rules. And Brian Armstrong is 100% correct. Why is Brian Armstrong correct? Well, it's true. We have the SEC that is not doing their job in any way, shape, or form. And what they continue to do is they continue to not do anything at all. They were forced to approve the Ethereum spot ETFs. And it's problematic. So I'm going to go ahead and read some notes over here for you guys, okay? So the SEC, in Coinbase's recent court filing regarding the SEC lawsuit, they accuse them of stifling crypto industry growth. The SEC accused of imposing impossible standards on crypto firms, that's exactly what they did. Coinbase calls SEC's conduct a deliberate effort to harm industry. Coinbase claims SEC's denial for petition on rulemaking lacks reasoned decision-making. Coinbase argues the SEC is choking the industry by withholding necessary rules, and Coinbase requests SEC's denial to be vacated and rulemaking engaged. SEC seeks further consideration if court deems explanation insufficient. And then we have this tweet over here from Mr. Paul Agrawal over from Coinbase. He is the chief legal guy. He says what Brian Brooks proposed in his fair access rule prohibiting federally chartered banks from denying financial services on political or ideological grounds was good policy. After today's SCT ruling in Vulo affirming that financial regulators can't coerce preferred political or ideological activity is good insurance against a flood of lawsuits. So Brian Brooks was the former controller of the currency. I think he was over at Binance US too. Very interesting turn of events. But anyways, the fair access rule just basically wants to prevent federally chartered banks from denying services based on political or ideological grounds. And that could segue over crypto. And the Vulo lawsuit has to do with the NRA. And that's all I'll say about that. Now, this over here, this is in regards to Debtbox. I'm going to go ahead and read you some of the information because, again, this is incredibly, incredibly important. Say word banana once, it'll make my day. I have bananas. I just got them from Costco yesterday. And today I'm thinking about what I'm going to have for like my breakfast. I was actually going to do, now I might do like my peanut butter, honey, and banana. I might do that. Banana. And I'm not endorsing any banana coin, Banana Republic, or yourmom.com. So don't ask me. Anyways, let's go and read about the debt box thing. Let's make it sexy. Let's make law sexy, okay? Free ZZ, baby. Woo! Woo! All right, I do need to add dog there. I'm just being lazy. All right, so... Oh, this is a long one. So y'all know about the debt box case. So the latest, the court dismissed the SEC's case against debt box without prejudice. A judge may dismiss the case without prejudice in order to allow for errors in a case presented to be addressed before it's brought back to court. Right now, after the ruling, the SEC cannot proceed with the case as it stands. The judge also imposed $1.8 million in fines against the SEC. We had talked about this already. This court case is going to be monumental moving forward, and the reason why is because if the SEC continues to act in bad faith and egregious and keeps doing what they're doing, people are going to refer to this case, and this is why case law matters. So again, this was a massive win for the crypto industry. Our next story over here, this is from Miss Ellie, and this was some crazy stuff. Okay, people are now talking about removing Gary Gensler, and he should be removed. And you know what? Honestly, if Mr. B wants to have any type of movement in crypto or get any type of runway and start to gain some of our votes, he needs to actually remove Gary as soon as possible. So the removal of the head of an independent agency is pretty much impossible short of impeachment. Independent, and this is the horrible part, and this is what makes me mad, okay? How are these people placed into office, but are placed into power, but they can't remove them? The amount of overreach in America when it comes to public servants and these independent agencies that are funded by our taxpayer dollars are absolutely absurd. If you do a bad job, you need to be removed. No questions asked. That's the way it is in the American workforce, and it shouldn't be any different with public servants. You are not above the law, and you're not better than anyone else. And the fact that it's nearly impossible after you've harmed so many hardworking Americans is absolutely atrocious. It really, really is. It really is. And there needs to be change. I'm sick of it. And you guys should be sick of it too. Why wouldn't you be? The SEC structure allows the president to designate any of the 5 confirmed commissioners as chair. The president could theoretically change the SEC chair at any time. The recent debt box debacle raises questions about whether Mr. B might consider replacing Gensler. He's not going to, because the person that's in it, so it's not even him that's doing anything. He's got a team of people. That's generally the way that it works. So I want to know who all those people are, number one, because we don't hear about them. And number two, Miss Warren out the side of her damn neck. But the fact that this case not only harmed the company debt box on American entrepreneurs, from that's what I can gather. But the fact that it costed American taxpayers $1.8 million is ridiculous. It is disgusting, and it is absolutely atrocious, because that's our money. We have enough people that are struggling to make ends meet, and our taxpayer dollars are going for this crap because you couldn't figure out any laws or legislation. And again, we talked about Hester Pierce. We talked about the Safe Harbor Act. Then we talked about the new agreement that she wants to push through with the UK, I believe, and the United States of America, which would have said, I think it's called the Sandbox Act. And again, I apologize, I don't have it in front of me, but basically would allow for companies to continue to operate and have some sort of hub that they can go to and ask for guidance. That's what America is about. But all these people seem to do is collect money from us, increase cost of living, which yes, inflation is transitory, but not the cost of living. And then we pay for their BS and we pay for their screw ups. This is from Mr. Peter Brandt. Let's read it. And there's a lot of other interesting information that's coming out about Mr. Gary Gensler. Brandt said it's incredibly important to alert crypto investors the real Gensler. His past as CFTC chair involved overseeing futures, Forex, and swaps. Under his watch, the CFTC was linked to major bankruptcies, fraud, and firms like Refco and Pershing Financial. The CFTC controversially approved MF Global's transfer of U.S. customer segregated funds to meet EU margin calls, leading the firms to collapse. Genslers criticized her not protecting individual investors' interests and being aligned with big bank and brokerage. The FTX situation highlights concerns about Gensler's behavior and priorities. The fact that people, and this happens a lot in traditional finance, the fact that people do bad and then they get promoted and they get to go, or they either get promoted or they get to go elsewhere and keep their livelihoods and keep making money is atrocious. If you work, let's say, for example, in healthcare and you make a mistake, you lose your license. Same with attorneys. Same with real jobs. You lose your job. But hey, you know the right people, they just move you along. And these are the people that we have empowered the United States of America. It's disgusting. You should be outraged. I am. Now, SEC waking up on money to news that their sitting chair is mere months away from multiple felony indictments. I do not respect the SEC. This comes from Mr. Ryan, and he is, quote, tweeting David Sachs, who is another VC dude from what it looks like. Now, what's going on over here? This is about, I can't read this. I would like you to go to this tweet, and I would like you guys to read this because it's important. It will give context. Now, the U.S. Treasury says they aren't trying to ban crypto mixers. Top official says they're liars. FinCEN's 2023 proposal to require crypto companies to report transactions that involve mixing is about transparency, not banning mixers, said Brian Nelson, the U.S. Treasury Undersecretary. Brian Nelson, you are a liar. You are 100% a liar. Crypto is one of the most transparent industries in the world. And if you knew anything about crypto, you would also understand when it does come to mixers, you can actually trace those. Some people just don't want their personal information out there. There's a lot of reasons why. For example, I am blessed enough to have a large audience. I have a couple public wallets. I've had other wallets doxed. And I do not want people copying what I'm doing because sometimes I trade like an absolute idiot. I make a lot of bad choices, but I also make a lot of good choices. And I do not want people to follow what I do because, again, I can mention something and I can say, hey, this is what I'm doing. And then something bad happens with it. I lose money. I'm like, okay, fine, I knew the risk. But some dodo on the internet is like, you made me lose everything. You made me lose everything. Take accountability. Take accountability for what? That I told you exactly what I was doing and you decided to do the same exact thing but didn't understand the risk and you can't take a loss. That's exactly what happens a lot. So I want to keep a lot of my things private. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I want to pay my taxes. I want to do what I need to. Also, Scott, I need to see what's going on with my taxes. I have to message him. Anyways, no, we pay our taxes every single year. I report everything, every damn penny, every damn airdrop. But anyways, that's kind of what's going on with that. But they just kind of want to jail all these people. All right. And then, of course, this is from Mr. From Raider. They don't want to ban mixers. They just want to put the devs in prison. And now the Treasury releases their first non-fungible token illicit finance risk assessment. So this is about NFTs. So basically in this story over here, the Treasury says that NFTs are bad. And the reason why NFTs are bad is because they are vulnerable to fraud and money laundering. The U.S. Treasury Department issued a warning about the risks associated with them. And on May 29th, the Treasury published its first risk assessment report on the NFT sector and identifies risks such as fraud, scams, copyright, trademark infringement, and money laundering. It said some NFT firms and platforms lack adequate controls to mitigate these risks and ensure market integrity. Inadequate cybersecurity protections, which fluctuate NFT prices and hype, contribute to the sector's vulnerability. Now, with that being said, we're supposed to be operating in a true decentralized economy. And number two, a lot of people in NFTs are, some of the stuff I see in the NFT community is absolutely atrocious. The 10,000 generative picture crap is just horrible. So yes, this could potentially be, some people can do this for money laundering. That's their business. I don't really know how that works because I don't do that crap. And if you're somebody that's doing that, don't do it because they're watching you. So they're going to be cracking down on all the NFT people soon that have been making these stupid choices. And if you're doing it with crypto, you probably shouldn't do that. Probably not a good idea. We don't want you to do that. Not good. Not good. Not good. Now let's get into our next story over here. Oh, this is for MasterCard. MasterCard Crypto Credential has gone live with their first peer-to-peer transactions. The solution not only replaces complex wallet addresses with user-friendly aliases, but makes sending blockchain transactions more secure. Shout out to MicroStrategy, MasterCard for this. I think it's pretty cool. And again, we're going to see companies like this that do continue to build in the future and make things easier, which again, it's still going to take another 5 to 10 years before this stuff really takes off. And then of course, decentralized exchange Velcore suffers 10 million hack. On ZK Sync and Linea blockchains hack losing 10 million, hackers transfer 700 ETH to Ethereum mainnet. The security audits passed by Zoico, Hacken, Scalebit, Linea blockchain pause for an hour. So that sucks. So if you're somebody who is impacted by that, I'm sorry. On that note, I'm going to go. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, set alerts to your mom.com. But I'm going to get going because I've got a lot of things that I got to take care of. I got a lot of cleaning I have to do. And I need to eat something. I'm super tired. But thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I appreciate you. Thank you. I really. And I don't know if I'm going to post a video today or not because I did a short for you guys earlier today. But anyway, sending everybody love and light. WendyO is out. Bye.